Hey everyone, Joe here from Mars Talk. So you may or may not remember that back in February of 2018, SpaceX launched their Falcon Heavy rocket for the very first time. Now besides the fact that that was history-making and just plain old awesome, it also brought a really fun payload with it into space. A Tesla Roadster with a dummy astronaut, Starman, behind the wheel. So when the Falcon Heavy brought the Roadster into space, it didn't just dump it up there and let it float around. It actually sent it on its own orbit around the sun, as seen here. Well, just last week, SpaceX actually tweeted that Starman made its first close approach to Mars at about 0.05 AU, or a little under 5 million miles. So we saw that story, and we thought that was really cool. It sounded really close, and so our first reaction was, wow. And then our second reaction was, well, how close is that? So yeah, how close is that? So if we go back to our orbital map, and we fast forward a little bit to about 6 months ago, right there, we can see the Roadster making its approach to intercept with Mars, right there. Now this is the date that SpaceX tweeted the Roadster made its close approach to Mars, 0.05 AU. And so, as you know, 1 AU, or astronomical unit, is the average distance between Earth and the Sun, or at about 93 million miles. Now the Roadster made its approach to Mars at 0.05 AU, so 5% of an AU, at a little under 5 million miles. So I saw that number, and it sounded like a pretty small number in comparison to a complete AU. And so I thought that the view from the Roadster was going to be pretty amazing. I was really hoping that you would see something kind of like this. Worst case scenario, that would have been fine, right? You can still see Mars, probably about the size of the full moon as seen from Earth. Now, in order to create a simulation of what Starman saw as he passed by on his first close approach to Mars, we had to use the powers of math. In particular, angular measurement. Now that's essentially the apparent size of something as seen from an observer. And you only have to use really two variables. One is the diameter of the object itself, and two is the distance from the observer to the object. So after we did some measurements and number crunching, we came up with the following simulation, and we hope you enjoy. Did you catch it? Pretty cool, huh? Okay, so it may have been kind of hard to see. Let's bring Mars right back into the picture. We'll freeze it right in the middle at what its closest approach would have looked like. Boop, there it is. And then we'll bring in the full moon as seen from an observer on Earth in comparison. Okay, so maybe a little bit disappointing, but if you think about it this way, that's the closest that any human figure has ever made it to Mars. And that's something. But don't worry, there are going to be plenty more opportunities for the Roadster to make another close approach to Mars. It's actually predicted that it's going to stay in orbit for the next 10 million years, which gives it plenty more opportunities to make another close approach. In the meantime, Starman, keep on keeping on. Hey everyone, thanks again for watching. If you really liked this video and you want to see what other really exciting stuff that we have coming up soon, please make sure to like and subscribe our channel by clicking on this button right here. We also really want to hear from you what makes you curious about Mars. So feel free to reach out to us on social media or our website. I'll put those handles and links right there. And we can't wait to hear what you have to say. So thank you again, and as always, stay curious.